Kaizer, everybody knew you started the season with the injuries. Just an update for fans, how far you to start pushing Tuari for first team place.
I think for me, if it's up to me, I would want to start now. But I think obviously it's up to the specialist. You know, I started training this week. I had 2 training sessions so far. You know, and it went well. So obviously seeing the specialist this week, you know, obviously get an update, thoughts. So, but I think healing well, and it shouldn't be too long. So obviously looking forward and excited to get back on the field again.
I think you might give us a sober answer for this, but you've been at the club since Gavin has, you know, Otis Wade, Baxter, Seki. You have a new coach now. Just, is there any difference in how you guys are feeling and just the general mindset of the new coach now?
I think there is a difference, you know. For me, it's just that energy and that belief, you know, that's always been there. And I think that light was dimmed a bit, you know, because of the past seasons. And I think with a new technical team coming in, it's just, you know, taking that thing off the light and making the light shine again. Because if you look at it, the bulk of our players we have is players that's been there for a while. So I think it's just that belief and that energy, you know, they brought to the team, you know, making players hungry for the game again, you know, wanting to achieve, wanting to be better, wanting to be the best, you know. And, you know, playing for a team of Kaizer Chiefs caliber, you know, you want to be the best, whether it is in your position or as a team. So I think it's just that, you know, that mindset of belief and that energy they brought to the team. That for me, that's one of the big differences.
Brandon, how devastated were you? Obviously in pre-season, you started a lot of the games, if not all of them, and then how devastating was this injury just as the season's about to kick in, and you know, like I was saying to Niall now, the euphoria around Kaizer Chiefs, new coach, new players and all of that.
I think obviously you're disappointed, you know, because you want to start the season well, you want to start the season without injuries and all that. But at the end of the day, it's part of the game, you know. For me personally, there's no point in sulking, you know, and saying what if this, what if that. I don't live in what ifs, you know. For me, it's face the reality, you know, and what I'm coming up. For me, every injury, every opportunity, for me, there's lessons in it, you know. And for me, it's learning that lessons and you know, growing from there, you know, and knowing that how I can support each and every player, whether I'm playing or not. So it's, for me, it was, yes, it was a setback, but for me, there's always something positive in it.
The club obviously, we asked Coach Navi about this. He said he wanted to make sure that the spine is strong. They focused a lot on defensive players. What have you made of the players that they've been put in that are beefing up the team at the back? Obviously, you're going to have to have a good relationship with them as the back five, whatever the case may be. Just maybe not all of them, but Bradley Cross, Inacio's leadership. What do you make of it?
I think, okay, I'll start with Bradley. I think good player, good signing for Chiefs, you know. That's the basics well, you know, keeps it simple. And, you know, for me, it's simplicity is always the key for me, you know, especially when you play as a defender. Because your main job is to stop people from scoring, defend the goal. And I think the first 2 games or so, I think he's done well, you know, as a new player. For me, Rushwan Dortley, always rated him, you know, always liked him as a player from Cape Town Spurs time, you know. And I think he settled in well, you know, showing maturity in his game, even though he's a young player. You know, and for me that speaks volumes, you know, about the player and the belief he has in himself. So I think he's been settling well. Inacio, out and out leader for me, you know, doesn't take any nonsense. You saw when he played on Gaba, Mahangu. So for me, I love players like that, you know, knowing they're in front of me and knowing that they're going to do their best to protect me, you know, and when I'm called upon, I can deliver. So yeah, you know, so it's they've been doing well, you know. I'm happy they've settled in well. So looking forward to them, you know, obviously building a good relationship with them on training at the moment, and when given the opportunity to share a field with them, I would like to have many clean sheets with him.
Goalkeeper, you always want someone to say, hey, you master.
Yeah, but okay, I have Rushwan for that, yeah, so it's alright.
Working with the new goalkeeper coach, on screen he looks crazy, absolutely crazy. But what is it like working with him, and secondly, working with the new coach, like just those two personalities and characters?
I think for me, before I met him, the goalkeeper coach, guys at the club who met him already came to me and said, "Are you not related to this guy? He looks like you and he is like you." I'm like, "What do you mean?" And then I met him. I was like, "Okay, sharp, we are two now." So I think that energy, they always say goalkeepers are crazy, and I think he loves that. He's passionate about his job. He doesn't care what anyone says about him. If he wants to react to a certain thing, he's going to react the way he wants to react. And for me, that's important, knowing that you are free and you can, express yourself the way you feel comfortable doing. And for me, it's been good working with him, and there's time to have fun, but when it comes to work, we are working. He grinds us. He wants his goalkeepers to be the best at their job, the best in the country. So for me, that passion speaks volumes. For me as a goalkeeper, you want to then be the best. You want to improve. You want to get better. So for me, it's been amazing. And then you have Coach Nabi, that obviously he has his moments, where you, like any other coach, where you will lose your temper and all that. But for me, he's very calm compared to Coach Elias, and he's normally the one calming Coach Elias. But I think it's been good, having coaches like that, For some of us it's new, but it's been having them the pre-season in Turkey and all that, getting to know them. I think we're on a level now where we understand each other. They understand us, we understand them. So it's been good, and I think this relationship can only grow and go from strength to strength.
And lastly, it's not December yet, we wish for anything, but then the players and the club, what are the targets for the season? What is it that would make the players happy to say this is what we achieve for the rest of the season?
I think for us is, in the past we've made promises, and to be honest with you, to be quite fair, and we haven't delivered, And I think for me it's competing for everything that's up for grabs. That's the main thing. Taking every game as a final, knowing that the moment I step foot off that field, me, Brandon Petersen, I gave my best, and it doesn't mean we're going to win everything. It doesn't mean we're going to win every game, but knowing the fact that I've done my best, I think that people appreciate, and even though we have trophy droughts, we shouldn't start aiming there. I think we should start taking it step by step and start taking it game by game and taking every game as a final and going out to win and to kill everyone in our way.
Lastly, you were speaking about the defenders now. You were there when Bradley came from tryouts and didn't make it. First of all, how much has he improved, do you think? And were you surprised that a player that was there for tryouts, I suppose coaches are different. A player comes, tries out, doesn't get in, comes back now, no longer as a free agent and immediately starting lineup?
I think for me personally, the way I love my life, everything happens for a reason and at God's time, And for me, I think that he's grown a lot since he's been at Chiefs on trials and obviously getting game time in the PSL, And could that have been the blessing in disguise for him, Yes, we ended up paying for him, not getting him for free. But at the end of the day, we might plan stuff, but it doesn't always go according to our plans. So for me, I believe it was a blessing in disguise for him, for Bradley. And I think that move to Golden Arrows did him well, You can see the growth in his game as a player, So for me, I think it was something positive. And having him back at the team now as a player, I think it's just it just adds value to the team, He's been doing well, and I know he's just going to go from strength to strength. I will.